Hey guys, Tonester back. Just a quick video for you guys. I'm actually been working a lot and apologize for no content, but I'll give you a little bit of content here. I played on the weekend. I did join a clan and I'm kind of a little bit regretting that, quite frankly, because they want me to play Clan Wars, and most of the time I do not want to play Clan Wars. If I have free time, I just want to play on my own. I like pub games, and it's just my thing. So we are on the map, Ghost Town, and we are basically top tier. We're a top tier heavy, as our T49 takes a huge amount of damage. So really, there's only this one position to come up here. And if you don't have good gun depression, that position is not very good. So we're able to spot out their light tank. And I'm hoping people are going to shoot him, but we'll see. So we decide we're going to put a shot into him, and we get a very lucky bounce. But we are able to hit him, and we're just going to play hole down here. Especially against the Scorpion G. So we're able to take a nice shot, and that Pershing was nice enough to back up. That was kind of a poor play on my part. So the Patton actually has a pretty decent turret, but the problem with the turret is that it's very oddly shaped. And let's look at that. So it's got a really big side profile, unlike the Russian tanks that are very rounded. And because of that, if you're not pointed right at somebody, you're probably going to get pinned. And in tier 10 games, you're going to get pinned anyway. So it looks like our team is doing fairly well, but we are outnumbered on this side. We've got 3 guys. Suddenly one dies, and the Scorpion G is pretty hurt. So it looks like we have a low in the very back, which does not bode well for our city. So we're going to sit here for a while, and my teammates, unfortunately, are taking some damage. Am I playing with combat? I am, actually. So we're platooned up, and he's gone to the position that I've asked him to go. And later in the replay, someone is going to say that he's done something wrong and that he's a bad player. He is following my instructions. So if he's a bad player, then they're calling me a bad player, right? So I've had enough of this, because I've got good gun depression and the T55A does not. Now, if he's firing heat rounds, he has a pretty good chance of putting the hurt on me, and I am taking a chance because there could be people up on that hill. But what I'm unable to do there is pin, but at least I tracked the guy. And fortunately, I've got an Object 430 with me and a couple of guys behind me. So we're just kind of poking and playing that game, but we've got a supreme advantage here in that our tank has got much better depression than the enemy tanks. And one thing that has influenced this decision to move, now watch, I look off this guy and I wait for this Scorpion. So you can do that sometimes, is look a guy off and then he'll come poke over on you. And with these tier 10s, tier 9s and tier 10s, they snap well enough that you really, really don't want to deal with that, right? And the turrets turn fast enough. So we're just playing. We only have 1,300 damage, but we haven't taken any damage yet. And unfortunately, our Object 430 kind of goes around the corner a little too far. And so we're willing to take a hit to win this side of the map because we've lost quite a bit. But you can see we're just using gun depression here in an effort to win the map. And there is a Scorpion G back there. I kind of wondered if that would happen, but at this point we need to win the map, right? So we've got 2,600 damage, and We lost some health, but so be it. So at this point, to me, it's pretty obvious that the 430 is getting shot, so we're going to go ahead and put in some blind shots. And that's something this tank is very good at. It's very good at snapshotting, and the aim time is really good on it. I'd like to 3-mark it sometime, but the requirements are so high because the people that play this are really good players. Because if you give any hole at all, you're going to get pinned. So we've won our side of the map, which gives us some shots. But I've decided to kind of head back, and I've loaded gold rounds because the standard rounds here are not fantastic. 218 pen on a tier 9, but 265 with gold is respectable. So what we want to do is we want to pincer these guys, because we've got a T30 that's a one-shot. We've got a 703 that's a one-shot. And I would really like to finish those guys off. Now, the Centurion 5-1 is not a one-shot, and he's actually a pretty good match for us. But we do surprise the... and here we go. And I shoot the vehicle instead of shooting the enemy. But he gets taken out, as does the T30 in quick succession. So somehow we catch this T49 napping. Unfortunately, we're unable to finish him off. And we do take a hit, but we're going to just show our turret, and there's combat throwing a shot in for me. And the T49 is down, and suddenly it's a pretty close game. We've actually kind of... we're close in that we've kind of won the game. So we're back to standard rounds. I don't know if you noticed, once we killed the heavies, we went back to standard rounds. So the shell velocity on this is not fantastic. But there's combat. He's down to about 300 hit points, and that WZ-132A has terrible gun handling, and it's got... and again, we're taking a blind shot. More or less, I want to explain that. I took a blind shot here because there was this 432 here. And I wanted to see if I get lit. So apparently my teammate says no, he was actually pinging the map. But that could have been a while ago, to be honest with you. So I was shooting to see if I got lit. Because if I got lit, I did not want combat to cross this open field. And so those are the things that I kind of think about when I'm playing an open map like this. I will fire sometimes just to see if I get lit. And the WZ is coming up on the corner aggressively, and we know that the Scorpion G was up there. So again, we're throwing blind shots everywhere. So sometimes just throwing a blind shot in will help. Because quite frankly, they'll think that they might be spotted. And we're thinking about the relative positioning, right? Like this WZ, I understand he's calling for help, but quite honestly, he should be backing off that as combat throws a shot in. And this is what I believe is an unfortunate shot here. I wish I had known. Look how far over the top that went. I wish I had known that he was going to be spotted up there. I would have used a gold round. But nevertheless, Combat and I decide to push in, and Combat is just trying to get in a position to proxy spot this guy. Because if he can keep him unhappy and spotted, that's going to help us. I'm just trying to take some of the pressure off this WZ-120 GFT or FT or whatever. And you'll notice, I mean, I've got the turret. I feel like I can handle this guy. Plus, not only that, but I've got 500 and something health. And so I push up aggressively, and I'm able to finish him off. And I'm relatively certain that this T55A is in this position here. And so I've asked Combat to kind of go spot him, see if he can spot him, which is a dangerous job for him, although he's got the maneuverability to do it. And you'll notice he's kind of running around the map trying to follow my direction. I'm not always super clear on my direction, and I should have waited for a shot, but instead I think I'm just going to push in. He is definitely dead. So at this point, it seems like not that great a game, and it's really not. It's 5K combined and a tier 9. Doesn't seem that good, but I believe I hit a blind shot. And I decide to cap, and the reason I decide to cap is they have an LT-432. We have one light tank that is on quite low health, and if he misses, then the LT can kill him. So, because he's got a long reload. And so I told him just to cover one side of the map, and so that's what he's doing. And other guys decide to cap, and that's kind of the end of the game. So we ended up with 3 kills out of it, though. So let's go ahead and take a look at the after action report. Okay, we're here at the after action report. We did get an ace tanker. I want to also apologize for the last video. For some reason, my microphone got changed over to the one on my head, which is why the quality was so low on the sound. So I did get that fixed. I appreciate you guys mentioning it. And definitely, if you hear something like that, let me know. So sometimes I don't listen to the videos before I play them, before I upload them. So because I'm busy, guys. So here we go, ace tanker, and we ended up, let's see, we were top of the team? No, we were second. Wow. Okay, that 7032 did very, very well, 3,800 damage, and we hit 1 blind shot. I don't know who we hit blind, to be honest with you. I want to say it was maybe that Pantera, but maybe not. I don't remember. Or the Scorpion. Anyway, we had a premium account, and so we ended up making 40,000 credits in that game, even though we fired 26 shots, 13 hits, 11 pins. So we fired a lot of blind shots. So we would have made credits even with a standard account there. That's kind of the beauty sometimes of having firing a lot of ammo and hitting a lot of shots, right? So we ended up with 6,000 combined, which is actually much better than the 5,000 that showed up in the game. So 4,300 experience. We had double, and then also with premium. So that's always good for the crew. I appreciate you guys watching and hanging in there with me, and I appreciate you guys, you know, sticking to the channel, even though I'm not putting out a ton of content. So we'll catch you guys next time. Tonester out.